Hey yo, what's up everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. Your host Edward Anderson, just making my way back, having a quick conversation. Shout out to AB. Shout out to AB. And I'm just really just shooting it up. Some of y'all come in here, ask me some questions, whatever. Chop it up. But yeah. Yep. Yeah, what's up, Passport Sailor? Yeah, what is up? I believe that's Marcus, that's your other account. And like I said, I do gotta start pushing your stuff harder, as well. Pause, as they say, get stuff back in the algo. That's really why we need that. I need to get that Discord activated so we can kind of roll people through as they start to come back and just get shit, popping like it never left. But it's interesting. I was it's interesting. Passport Bros, Passport Sailor. What kills me about I will never. One of the reasons, like, I go back and forth whether I really want to grow a channel, like really grow a channel, and it's not. And I know people, this will be kind of cliche, but it's really not the money as to why I want to grow one. It's really more the impact, because it's a lot of conversations. It's a lot of things that people are purposely being obtuse about. They're purposely being coy, they act like they don't know. They're just doing a lot of underhanded shit, and Passport Bros is one of the topics. Like, at the end of the day, let's just start off here. Regardless of what black women say or black people say, black people try to act like they don't care what black men do. This is a lie. Because at the end of the day, black women will never be able to tap more resources per person from any other group than they can black men, other than the government. Nobody is going to spend as much money on a black female other than black men. I don't know if you're a 10, if you're a 9, if you're a 9, if you're an 8, okay, whatever. That's a different situation. But even still, pound for pound, other groups are not going to spend money. They're not going to spend more money on you than they're going to spend on their own women. Like if you're a 10, they may spend more money on you than they'll spend on hold on one second. Like, what's up? I hate when people be using their horn. I mean, like, what's up? Anyway, I ain't gonna be alive that long, but they won't, and they know that, and black men know that, and that's a leverage point. And the problem is, a lot of black men want to fight for these women's hearts rather than just accept dealing with what you have in front of you. Like, a lot of dudes, it's like you want to get somebody to do right. And when people talk about traveling is not a be-all, end-all. Traveling is a leverage point. Your job, like, let's take it out of women. Your job as a customer is to get what you want to get out of that market. That's not always price. Sometimes it's convenience. So it's whatever it is. Sometimes it's convenience, sometimes reliability, sometimes it's a price, sometimes it's a combination of all three. That's your job. The company's job, the people's supply side job, is to sell you some shit. They're to get you to buy and to get money out of you. If they can get away with doing bullshit, they'll do that and get as much profit in the margins as possible. Women's job is to get women's goal is to get as much out of you without having to do anything. Even if we look at sex, I mean, let's keep it real. If you're a guy and you know how to lay 5-star pipe, let's just call it a plumber. We'll call these niggas plumbers, master plumbers. Let's call it that so we're not doing no gay shit. Master plumbers. You are supposed to charge women for that. You are not supposed to, like, if we really being on game, you are not supposed to, just, yeah, man, I'm running through bitches. Because you're running through bitches, you're giving them kids, you're creating problems. You are supposed to tax their ass. If you get to the point where you got all these women that you're willing to deal with and you can supply plumbing, you are supposed to charge them for it. And some dudes do. But a lot of dudes still be on this, you all are letting women give you affirmation rather than actually tangibles. That's what you're supposed to do. And like, if, hold on one second. Like, I got a dumbass that every time I'm like, stop it, this motherfucker is pimping his horn. So I finally just stopped. I said, yo, what's up? Like, hold on one second. I'm like, what the fuck is up? Anyway, like I was saying, you're supposed to do that. It's leverage points. And the problem with these women are entitled as fuck because and it doesn't matter what the minions do, what the lower grade do. It don't really matter what they do. Because ultimately, that's not what, they don't matter in a grand scheme of things. But even outside of just sex, the other part is money. These chicks can't just live off a good dick. That's why they stay complaining, especially when they start comparing to what other quote-unquote women are getting. So the reality is, even dudes that women are not quote-unquote sexually attracted to, they still want the opportunity to tax you financially. And they can't tax you if you take your business elsewhere. Ford, Chrysler, General Motors. When Toyota was not always the largest car manufacturer, they had to fight for what they got. And they made a reliable car. Well, if you get a reliable bitch and you tell other dudes, that's a threat to market share. And so what women do is women will lie and do whatever subterfuge because they don't have no morality for real. And they will tell you wrong for basically supplementing what you deal with other markets. That's really all it is. And so when dudes be talking about, oh, wait, you go over there and you deal with young women, young and sexy women, how dare you? It's like, you bitch ass, like dudes, I swear to God, it'd be like, I be really want to be like, you want to fight about it? Like, you want to fight about this shit? Like, because what the fuck are you really going to do about it? Like, you bitch ass niggas let Latinas call you nigga. But you actually got the nerve to open your fucking mouth about what other dudes are doing? You talking about, oh, you can have these dirty hoes so they can put a baby on you and it ain't your kid. You can have them. Like, you would think niggas would want niggas to get out the game. Get all the lames out the game so only the real niggas are in the game. You would think they would be happy. But of course they're not. Because just like white people, if ain't no niggas, then who you gonna be better than? Who gonna be at the bottom and nobody wants to be at the bottom? So you need them to be there. So they need dudes to be on their knees. And my thing is, if you want to be a corner store nigga and that's where you want to be, I'm not here to argue with you. Traveling ain't for everybody. It's not. It's like going the wild, wild west. You really got to be about your shit as far as your surroundings and shit. And if you one of these niggas that you matriarchal, yeah, you need your black ass in the matriarchy. I'm going to be the first one to tell you. Any nigga is the same thing when it comes to entrepreneurship. If you need to be convinced, don't do it. That's what I'm going to tell you. It ain't for you. Don't do it. It ain't for you. Stay your ass on the corner, you fucking porch monkey ass niggas. And that way, you do get caught up with these bitches. You gonna be dealing with Haley Bailey assholes like DDG, thinking you got a good one, and you ain't gonna have DDG money and DDG time. So your ass is gonna get fucking drugged. They're gonna use your kid, use your emotions. Even if you say fuck that kid, you still paying child support. You ain't got Ant-Man money, but you can pay all that shit up front. You niggas are going to get drugged. That is who they are. And you niggas think it's honor in doing that tug and war bullshit. And I'm not saying traveling is the answer. There is no one size fits all. But all options are on the fucking table. You a fucking American. America don't really take no option off the table. Not for real. They tell other motherfuckers that don't do chemical warfare, but we got COVID. Interesting how that works. Interesting how that works. We tell other motherfuckers not to have nukes, but we got like the third most. We tell other motherfuckers the Nazis were immoral, but I be damned if we didn't get those scientists and their ass over here. NASA was built around Wernher von Braun. NASA technically already existed, but like NASA for real. Y'all should learn something from that. But you niggas, it's not even about moral. I'm not even telling you that. I'm not even challenging your morality yet. I'm just telling you, like, shit, niggas talking about, you know, I want to have a black kid with a black woman. Cool. What does that have to do with all these other hoes you fucking before you have that kid? What does that have to do with that? You only need one black woman to have kids with. What does that have to do with anything? A lot of y'all niggas, y'all got dick loyalty. You puppy ass niggas. You all are like a fucking abused dog. But y'all just love that owner though. And that bitch is your owner. Why do you think they always invoke your mama? You hate your mama. Bitch, you hate your dad. The fuck you talking about? I hate my mama. Let's say I did. Let's say I did. What the fuck that mean? Oh, and you hate your bitch. You hate your dad. So what does that mean? Black men got a much better relationship with their mamas for good or bad than y'all got with y'all dads as a group. Like, it's funny when they say that shit. You hate your mama. I'm your mama. Like for real. Like they say that and you just supposed to accept that shit. And dudes be like, well, I'm like, nigga, you can't conquer nobody else if you, let me be very clear here. For you pro-black niggas, if you can't conquer that black bitch, you ain't no way you fucking with anybody else. Not as a group. Because they don't have this problem to this degree. They have it, but not to this degree. So any nigga, this is why you niggas always be on your best behavior with every other race but black men. Y'all niggas only get bold with other black men. Even the age of consent shit, you will never hear no nigga talking about no Hispanic about how he deals with his women. You will never hear it. Them niggas be bashful as hell when it comes to talking to, or what they do if they do talk to white dudes, they just be on full-on crash out mode. I remember a couple times Fantastic brought them white dudes on there. Them niggas be look, don't act like they don't know how to act. I remember I was on a TikTok live. Yo, I swear I wish I could have recorded these. This dude act like he really couldn't handle there was a white dude on the panel. The white dude, you wouldn't really even knew he was white unless you was really checking. But once he found, oh, this white tee, I don't know, we should be talking around him. I'm like, nigga, TikTok is public. This dude just kept on. I was like, yo, this dude's trolling. Y'all gonna let him? And what made it so bad is there was actually a couple of understandings that the black men and black women on the panel was actually coming to. And this nigga just kept fucking shit up. No, this white team, man, ain't no white players. Bullshit. What are you talking about? I mean, niggas just get dumb. And that's how I know y'all don't really deal with them for real outside of work and a couple of other like sanctioned situations. Cause y'all act like y'all really don't know how to act. Y'all act like y'all don't know how to act around a white person without like authority. Like it's like you assume he automatically got authority over you or something. It's actually kind of fucking funny and sad when you really think about it. Niggas can talk about racism, but ask them to talk directly to a white man, oh shit, don't do that. That's why Jason Black said, that's why a lot of motherfuckers love listening to Tariq talk to white people. Jason Black said, you want to know what they really think about racism? Ask them. Ask them around a white person. That's why I be laughing when niggas try to say shit about me when it comes to me being light skinned or some shit. You know, niggas, it's funny, they'll get like real mad and shit. You look white. I'm like, yo, you was harboring that shit. And it be funny. Cause black people be really acting like short niggas be harboring this anger and shit. When in actuality, a lot of y'all be projecting like a motherfucker. One thing about being short is it's something you deal with every single fucking day. You either deal with that shit or you don't. Or you gonna let that shit deal with you. It is not something you can run away from. It is not something you can hide. Unlike all this other shit, a lot of y'all can hide that shit under ism. There is you're hype phobic. There is none of that. There is none of that. You deal with that shit as is. You either learn to roast or you learn to handle it. Or you learn to do what you gotta do. Everything else, niggas can hide behind shit. Dark-skinned niggas can hide behind athleticism, you know, or niggas got a black masculinity because the white boys are triggered. That ain't nothing you really built. That's something that they triggered off of. Black women can hide behind their color girl problems. And so a lot of people like to project this shit out. And it's like, yo, it ain't nothing but a couple of words that I can say that'll make a motherfucker want to fight. It ain't nothing but a couple of phrases that I can say to any black person that'll instantly piss them off. I ain't saying it's just the same thing for every person, but like it'd be funny. It'd be funny, yo. It really be funny. Dudes be the most sensitive, the ones that be talking the most shit. Shout out to Ray. Ray said, yeah, you seen that little crying because females not accepting him because he's short. Man, I feel sorry for the dude. But the reality is, man, you gotta learn to, like, here's the thing. First of all, it's more women than you think. That everybody has their attributes, but it's more women than you think that will deal with certain dudes. But then again, it depends on like, you know, as it was one chick that was talking about a dude's face card, like what he looked like, which I'm not judging that, but at the end of the day, he wanted to deal with it. Just like dark skinned chicks got to deal with being dark. Yeah, or don't. Because trust and believe, crying don't mean shit. Because the truth is, don't nobody give a fuck. As a black man, don't nobody give a fuck. They don't give a fuck at all. Just like how if you tall and big, they gonna look to you to try to crash out. Every time every time something go down, they looking at you to handle it because you 6 foot. Something go down, somehow you supposed to regulate everything and put your body, you a big target. And I've seen that. And put your life on the line, for what? Like they looking at you. I've seen that. I'm not saying it's a one-to-one thing, but it's shit people deal with. Or white people see you as a fucking threat. So you gotta constantly subdue yourself every second, especially if you around white folks, because otherwise you gotta worry about them doing goofy ass shit. Talking about I'm uncomfortable and shit. See, I ain't gotta worry about that to that extent. I'm not saying it's a 1-1 ratio. But what I'm saying is I got empathy to know. I got enough empathy to know that, hey, obviously, people, because I joke with people all the time. People try to jump on me about, well, you ain't got to deal with this and deal with that. Cool. You want to trade? You want to trade? And they always shut the fuck up. Exactly. That's what I thought. But that being said, I got empathy for shit. I ain't got to worry about the cops when it comes to certain shit. I ain't saying I ain't never been stopped. Cause I have. I ain't saying I ain't never had my face put planted on a fucking hood of a car, cause I have. In fact, the first time I ever got stopped, and it was a black person that did it. Black cop. Shit happens. Yeah. Like, I'm not one of these people that I'm so in love with my own bullshit that I don't see what other I got plenty. I got dudes 6'5", 6'6". I saw that shit. But see, a lot of people don't give a fuck about nobody else but they own bullshit. People talk about they not seen. I'm seen when I want to be seen. If I don't want to be seen, I'm not seen. And that ain't got nothing to do with necessarily height either. Here's another thing. I'll tell that dude straight up too. If I was giving him advice, number one, you gotta basically max out everything else. Now I ain't saying everything else, but there are ways to work on a lot of different stuff. And the other thing I would tell him is travel. Because height ain't that big of a deal outside the United States. It's only a couple of countries that are taller than the United States. The United States is a tall country. And then because you black people care about height more than black women care about height more than any other group. So those are kind of the two things I would tell him, kind of straight up. But there are definitely practical things that he can do. But a lot of these young kids, these young dudes, they don't see, when you that young, depending on how old you are, if he crying, that means he must be relatively young. You don't really see that. You don't see the light at the end of that tunnel. You just see everything that's like real and like immediately real. You don't have the benefit of perspective. And you have to be imaginative to think past that. So you think this is just what it is, and it's not. Even when it comes to dating, even if you are sorry, the reality is once you get to a certain age, like that video I shared was a good video. Yo. That video I shared with that therapist dude. I hope he gets a YouTube channel, because even though he can be a little bit more mild, meek for my taste, that's actually a good thing. Because they can't throw, but he was saying all the stuff. He mentioned Passport Bros, and it was funny, because he said he met his wife on Bumble, and he said, and his wife said, asked him what Passport Bro was, and this was like a couple years ago, and said, "Would you would you have been a passport bro if we didn't get together?" He said, "Yep," and he said, "Yep," without no hesitation. I need to get that clip. Yep, without hesitation, because and this is a dude. It's a therapist, 6 foot. He was getting matches because at the end of the day, it's not just about getting matches. It's also one thing that people don't talk about. Crap. One thing people don't talk about is even if you do get matches, you still gotta date these motherfuckers. So okay, you're getting matches, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting quality people that are like wife material. That doesn't mean that because you still gotta date. If you're getting matches and you're actually, here's the thing, if you're actually if you're actually trying to date for a relationship or date um for like potentially marriage and shit, that costs money. That costs money. That's you're not just dating to be fucking. So if that's not your intention, then you probably gonna pay because you actually have to get to know these people. There's a practical reason that you gotta practically get to know these people. It's not just I'm fucking. So what is the cost to basically close the sale? And even fucking people, like you gotta think, man. If that's another thing. If which is why dudes should work on sexual health. Like we don't even talk about this in this space because like just is call it niggas are not mature enough to talk about this in this space. But things like PC muscle, PC floor muscles, you know, there's other exercises too. Dudes should be working on that. That should be because the truth is, the cost of having to cycle through bitch. There is a fixed cost. Like I'll give you a perfect example. This is gonna sound weird. It's not, but it's gonna sound kind of off the wall. I was listening to NPR, but this is just how my mind works with tying shit together. They were talking about Starlink and why Starlink is so dominant in in the satellite internet space. And they were talking about what are the fixed costs in order. Starlink has a lot of fixed costs, but the variable cost of Starlink is very low. The variable cost of Starlink is very, very low. So basically, in order to start Starlink, you have to design a satellite, get the satellites up. You have to get a certain amount of satellites up in order to be able to deal with a certain area. We're not even talking about marketing and connected to a customer. You have to design the terminal in which the terminal in which the Starlink goes to the terminal, which goes to the modem, which goes to your house. Because it's kind of like Dish. Like if you were doing Dish for like Dish for TV and shit, direct TV and stuff, the internet. So you got to design that. There's a fixed cost for that. But once you get a certain amount of customers, and then so it's like pay to get the rock satellites up, the rockets up. But once you get all that shit up, once you get that shit up, now each customer you get, it becomes cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So if you don't have what's his name, Elon Musk, because he has SpaceX. SpaceX. That's practically how SpaceX strategically, other than government subsidies, is how they generate money. Is doing Starlink. So he can control the cost of actually getting satellites up, and he can overcharge other people. This is why Amazon is like one of the few companies that can kind of do that because Amazon has enough money to spend it on that as a competitor. Why am I? What does that have to do with what I've been saying? What I've been saying is when you deal with a bitch, deal with bitches. Every time you have to meet a new bitch, just making the sale is always the most expensive sale. Making the first sale, you have to spend marketing to acquire a new customer. The key is to deal with customers to get customers to buy over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, some of y'all, when it comes to donators, I got about 10, 15, 20 people that really donate to me for real. But how much, I've looked at how much y'all have donated. Like for real, and it's crazy. Even some of y'all that donate little, look, any donation I appreciate. But even y'all that donated little, I've looked at over time what y'all have donated, and yeah, and I can actually calculate that in reference to views that I actually get, compared to what I do. And so my point is, even with women, you dealing with every time you deal with new women, that's the cost may not is financial, but the cost is stress, the awkwardness of having to deal with somebody. You get used to it as you get older. But the point is, this is why dudes deal with ugly bitches, fat bitches, older bitches. Now the older bitches are starting to get fucking entitled. This is why niggas do that. Like target practice hoes. This is where they become valuable because you got to get that target practice somewhere, right? That target practice you got to get somewhere. Niggas are not just born knowing how to fuck, right? You got to get that shit somewhere. That shit just doesn't happen. Those reps, those sessions don't just happen unless you just that nigga. So nigga, this is why niggas always say, I know why you niggas be out here. Some of you niggas, y'all get used to eating chitlins because that's all y'all was allowed to eat, and y'all get used to that. I know a nigga that the only way he would fuck a bitch is by eating pussy, and so he used to always. This is before that shit was popular. Back when you was getting clown. Nigga used to always talk. Niggas be like, niggas be like, ah. I used to be like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I told him then, I said, I'm just not, if I got it, because he was like, yeah, nigga, I know you got to do that because you short. Because, I always had a goatee. Had a goatee. And I told him then, just like I tell y'all now, then I'm not fucking. If that's what I got to do, I'm not doing that shit. And that was before. Like, nowadays, you niggas are insane. If you tell me you eating black bitches, black women in general, but black women in particular, these bitches ain't clean, nigga. I don't support that regardless. But now, oh, you niggas are crazy. Oh man, cause my rapper Lil Wayne said, niggas fucking Kevin Gates, Drake talk about eating ass. I'm like, you niggas are devious. Nah, nigga, you just a square. Nigga, I am a nigga, I'm not a square. I'm a fucking cube, nigga. I'm a cube. Fuck a square. The fuck? You that's supposed to be an insult? You dirty ass niggas? Some of you niggas be eating bitches and kissing your daughter with them lips. Fuck out of here, man. Them the niggas get mad. They try to say, oh, you light skinned, you think you bougie. I'm like, nigga, you can call it what the fuck you want to call it, man. It's called no. That's what it's called. The same fucking reason why I could see $5,000 and take that shit back to the fucking grocery store because I'm not thirsty for money like that. The same reason why when I used to Uber, it was black chicks that left like $50 in the car, and I told them, hey, you left something. Is the same reason because I can say no. I'm not the most disciplined nigga. I'm not acting like when it comes to eating better, I need to. But when it comes to shit like that, I don't do that peer pressure shit. I don't do that shit at all. Niggas, shit's trendy. Just like all these niggas now cutting they fucking dreads. Cutting they fucking dreads. Because that shit ain't trendy no more. Fake ass dread heads. Look, man, shout out to y'all for real like that. But you know what I'm talking about. Niggas wanna be pretend YNs. Fucking discount YNs. Y'all niggas are shit fucking reused and recycled YNs, man. Certified re-owned. Niggas trying to pretend. Be shaking your hair just like a hoe. Some of y'all motherfuckers glued that shit in there and got the nerve to say something about a female. Niggas talking about, yeah, man, nigga, you just want to be like a white man. Nigga, most white men don't have buzz cuts, dumb fuck. How many white men other than in the military do you know has have fucking wages? What the fuck you talking about? We just y'all want to be chaotic for them chaotic hoes. Rather than black men dictating to these women what they should wear, these bitches are dictating to you what you should wear. Don't even fucking get me started. Anyway, same thing with beards. A lot of niggas got beards. Trendy ass niggas. Y'all remember Future like 40 now. Anyway, y'all, this has been a I mean, for real, niggas like Lil Wayne. Of course, Lil Wayne got to. Lil Wayne is fucking ugly. Of course, he got to do that shit. You don't hear T.I. talking about that shit. You don't hear fucking Cameron talking about that bullshit, do you? You don't hear Mace talking about that shit. Diddy just like to watch niggas do stupid shit. But we ain't gonna talk about that. And then niggas get mad because you look stupid. Because when that shit ain't a trend no more, now y'all out here looking dumb. Anyway, let me shut the fuck up. All right, y'all. It's been great. This is Edward signing off. Peace.